I think, again, it's very important to take a look at fucking important stores, you know? Like a lot of people ask like niche research, setup, and the way to do things. And really the way that I learned everything was looking at the top 100 Etsy stores. Like you don't have to have a Lura, you can just Google it, you can find it. So top 100 Etsy stores is such a great thing to look at and understand, right? Like if you look at the top 100 Etsy stores, you just learn so much different things and about how Etsy is right now. So the top store, and the top store that's been the top store for like 2-3 years, if not longer, is Caitlyn Minimalist. You know, jewelry, incredibly good, incredibly popular niche. It's something that is probably too saturated now, especially minimalist jewelry. Like Caitlyn Minimalist, they have 2,000 listings and every single listing gets fucking orders. You know, these guys are absolutely printing. They aren't the largest store based upon revenue, but they're the largest store based upon total orders, right? These guys absolutely print on this kind of thing. So by looking at this, you can understand exactly how to do pictures and exactly how to create a brand for your store and how to make everything just fit and make everything feel like it's supposed to be there. You know, if you look at this store, you understand, okay, everything makes sense. You know, you have immediate trust with this store just by looking at it purely because of the picture quality. These pictures aren't particularly expensive to actually replicate, like in terms of taking the picture yourselves with like your phone or something like this, or a camera, but also they're very easy to replicate using AI as well. It's getting easier and easier, like so much easier as well, right? And in terms of like looking at this store right here, one thing you'll notice, almost 2,000 listings, you know, so easy to actually like understand. A big thing that all of these stores will look at is seeing successes purely because they just have so many listings. Okay, so second store, beautiful store, love this one. Big up Scotland, right? This is the biggest store in the UK, second largest store by orders in the entire world on Etsy, and it's a UK based store. Also, again, very interesting thing, right? They're a UK based store, they ship from the UK, but they are US based. Well, they're UK based, but they majoritively will be selling to the US. They have 5,661 listings. These guys have absolutely printed, right? Silver Rain Silver has done so much revenue on the platform, right? They've done $17 million in revenue on the platform. Monthly revenue, they must do probably 500,000 in revenue. 500,000 in revenue every single month selling these really cheap, like frankly, quite shit pieces of jewelry, right? Beautiful designs, love the designs, but when you're selling jewelry for this level, it's just gonna be incredibly cheap, right? So this kind of thing I wouldn't necessarily do either. Again, like we're focusing on minimalist jewelry here. This is kind of minimalist, more fun jewelry, but this kind of stuff is just people will wear like once or twice for maybe a party and then they'll just bin it, right? So third biggest store on the platform goes for a little bit of a different thing, craft supplies, right? So this again is something that I've personally noticed that is becoming more and more popular on the Etsy platform. Craft supplies, weird craft supplies. And it's actually something very easy that you can drop ship. Like every single one of these items we can very easily find really cheap in China to drop ship it. Or we can do something a little bit more interesting in terms of we can just buy some of this shit in bulk, undercut them on pricing, maybe take better pictures, or find more unique items, different things, and just list it, you know? Again, something super key here. They've got 12,000 listings, well, almost 12,000 listings in their store. Is it basically more listings equals more orders? Literally. Like that's the biggest thing, right? Like just having more listings just makes it's so fucking easy just to make more fucking money if you have more listings, because you have more things to test, more things to understand, more things to just do shit with, you know? Like look at this store. This is the fourth biggest store by orders on the Etsy platform, right? They are a print on demand store selling cards and gifts. They've done 9,000 listings and 750,000 orders on their store. It's incredibly cheap stuff. They're selling most cards for like $5, £5 kind of thing, but they've just got such breadth that they just print, such breadth that they just absolutely fucking print, you know? And again, like seeds, a bit of a weird one to be honest, seeds that they sell super well. But again, it just makes it so clear purely because like if you look at certain things on Etsy, a big reason why a lot of stuff succeeds on Etsy in terms of like seeds and weirder stuff is because people aren't necessarily searching for Etsy and then finding seeds on Etsy. They're searching for seeds on Google and Etsy just comes up because Etsy is such a huge powerhouse of SEO because of all the fucking listings on there. It's a marketplace with literally millions of listings, millions of active sellers, and obviously hundreds of millions of active buyers, right? And such a hub of information and such a hub of SEO, people come to the platform like no other. It's fucking insane. So good. Everything on Etsy fucking prints way better than Shopify. Yeah, for a beginner, it's way better than Shopify. Way better. Like even like there's so many weird things, right? So this is the 6th largest store. This is plants, you know? Do you think people are searching for plants on Etsy? Probably not. Like really, really not that much, you know? These guys absolutely print. They just sell like such a huge quantity of plants that they're fucking everywhere. Like, look at all this shit, you know? Like, they sell free stuff. I don't even know what's going on with that fucking store. Like, what the fuck? Free, please read description. I don't even know what's happening with that. But these guys are doing some kind of shit where they're absolutely fucking printing money. I mean, you wouldn't have sold 600,000. You wouldn't have 600,000 orders if you didn't fucking absolutely print this bullshit. Look at this dumb stuff. All right, so this is the next one. This stuff's really good. Wedding niche, absolutely amazing. All right, look at this store. This is like the 7th biggest store on the Etsy platform by orders. And it's just the most random personalized bullshit for weddings. And I'll tell you why this store does so much more revenue than you ever think it will do. Is because people buy in bulk, you know? People buy this for all of their bridesmaids. So it's £6 for one with, it only ships to the US as well, right? They charge for shipping. They only ship to the US, but people are buying like 6, 10, like they're buying loads of these that they're buying for bridesmaids and they're buying for weddings especially, right? You don't just buy one thing. You don't just have one bridesmaid. You're buying in bulk, made of on a proposal box. I mean, you're just buying one of them. But most of this stuff on this website, you're buying bridesmaid gift box, perfect example, you know? Will you bridesmaid, blah, 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 right? £15 per. Add personalization. They're charging £8 for shipping per one, right? They're absolutely printing with this kind of fucking bullshit listing, right? So the 8th largest store, again, just a jewelry one, Minimalist. This is because we're looking at the total amount of orders, right? Whereas they're selling unique stuff, right? Again, it's not necessarily about the pictures. Like, these pictures, are they particularly good? No, not really. But are the products unique enough where they just print? Absolutely yes, right? Canada, £5 shipping, £5 for the actual item. 9th store, I think this is actually more of a newer store that's actually hit on the top ones, right? 500,000 orders in Germany. This is what a lot of people don't pay attention to, is Germany's actually like a huge up and coming market on Etsy. Like, Germany's really growing a lot. Like, one thing we've seen is, if anything, our US sales our overall sales have increased, right? On all of our Etsy stores, overall sales, pretty much every single store has actually increased year over year. But the percentage Germany is growing is larger than like the US that is growing, and even the UK that's growing. Like, mainland EU, absolutely printing, right? You look at a store like this, it's personalized stuff, not crazy expensive, but the level of quantity they're selling, they're just absolutely printing. You know, look at this dumb shit, you know, like a little, are they selling the whole scooter that's personalized? Bro, this is the dumbest shit in the entire world. Absolutely fucking prints. And then the final one, the 10th biggest store by total orders, not by revenue, has only done 2.5 million, right? Because they're selling super cheap shit. That would be the worst position to be in, to be this store right here, right? Like, it looks like you're doing so well, 900,000 orders, but because you're selling digital products, you're selling like dog shit products. You're the 10th biggest store, but you're only pulling like 25 grand in a month. Bro, that would be fucking terrible. I'd fucking kill myself if I was that position. Right, you're doing digital products, right? So you're making good margins. You're probably running a lot of ads though, but you're probably only making like, I don't know, like 10 grand a month, like with the ads and everything. If you're running no ads, you're making like 22 grand a month profit. But you're gonna make, bro, this would be fucking terrible. You have 1,100 listings, customer service and everything. Bro, you're pulling like 20 grand a month, but you're the 10th biggest store. Bro, that's crazy. Fuck that shit.